Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Thursday, September 7th, and we have an eviction going on tonight, and there is no flipping that went on since yesterday, I don't think. I don't know what I told you was going yesterday, but it should be Red getting evicted tonight. I really cannot anticipate another change in mind. It's, again, never say never with this crew, but I don't think it's going to happen. They're pretty locked. They're locked in so much that they're trying to organize a non-split vote for the first time. I wonder if it will be, because initially they were trying to do a 6-4 vote, and the purpose in doing that was so they could, I think Sari and Matt were going to vote to evict Jag, and then they were going to pin those two votes on America and Corey to try to turn Jag against them. It just, then it slipped down to a 7-3 vote, and last I heard, it's an 8-2 vote now. They assume that Cameron and Bowie will both vote to evict Jag to try to keep Red. Except now Bowie, Jared has clued, not Bowie, Cameron. Jared has now clued in Cameron that Red may be going. So Red may decide not to vote to evict Jag. He may decide to vote to evict, Cameron may vote to evict Red instead of Jag. So that could make it a 9-1 vote. The only person that may not even be clued in or let know anything is Jane, Bowie Jane. She may go into this in the dark. And honestly, that's part of her. She is kind of, and I'll say it, the actual name here, the Victoria of Big Brother 25, and Victoria was on Big Brother 16, where she just kind of went blindly along and thought she knew what was going on, but really didn't. That's kind of where she's at. She thinks she's in it, and they're leaving her in the group, but they really aren't considering her a true member. She's just a number for them. And they don't need that vote today, right? And she is seen as aligned with Red and Cameron, even though she's not that strongly aligned with them. But it is what it is. So what else went on yesterday? They were locked down all day. They did some dancing and clapping. I didn't watch it, but I saw it on my timeline. They had a pizza eating contest between, I think it was Red versus Matt and Jag. I don't know. Red won, I think, because Red is known for being able to drink mass quantities at once or eat a lot. So that happened. Basically, they were time killing. They did some cleaning, getting ready for today for the live show. They played miniature golf inside. They took the cue sticks for the bumper pool, and they attached them somehow to flip-flops to make putters, and they dressed up in golf gear, or what they would consider golf gear, and several of them putt-putted around the house. I didn't watch it except for 30 seconds of it, and heard someone say, well, we both got 9s, and somebody else, they were putting whatever they were using for a ball. They were knocking it around, saw them going down the stairs, back into the bathroom. It just was, it's just fun silliness, trying to make up games to kill time. Sari went off on Izzy to Jared in the storage room. She's quite fed up. We are now approaching Survivor length of time, right? This is about as long as Survivor goes. And so for Cherie, I think she's had enough. And I've never been on Survivor myself, but I've always said that Big Brother was more of a mental game because you have the isolation. You know, Cherie can only interact for the most part with the people in the house. The camera crew is not standing around. The producers are not standing around. Jeff is not standing around. They're all out of sight, behind walls. And so I think that plays mentally on you. And she's kind of had enough. And she went off on Izzy to Jared. She got mad at Izzy today because Izzy got upset with her because she left while Izzy was up in the head of household room plotting out scenarios with M&Ms, you know, using M&Ms for people and saying, well, this person here, and Cherie had just had enough and she kind of left, and Izzy was mad, and Cherie ran off to Jared like, I don't get mad at her for spending 13 hours doing her nails with America. It just was just typical stress stuff. Nothing game-changing at this point, other than Jared thinks that Izzy is trying to form an side alliance, and I think Cherie's kind of like, well, you got to expect that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. I still go back to the three core people right now are Cherie, Jared, and Izzy. And that's unless one of them leaves, there's your final three, right? Of course, that makes sense, but you know what I mean? They're the ones that seem to be controlling the game, and I'm giving Jared a lot of credit when really I think he's kind of the wild card in there, doing his own thing, and Cherie is having to manage that. And like, here's a case in point yesterday. So Jared, America, and Corey are sitting in the bathroom talking about just stuff and places in life or whatever. And I don't know what Corey was saying was, whoever would have thought I'd been on national TV when I was 21. Or he said, here's a big thing. I was on national TV when I was 21. Well, Corey is 21 right now. So his point was, and he's younger than Jared, right? So he's saying, like, look at me. I was on national TV when I was 21. So I did that before you, or that. And Jared, who has done things like this before, where he just seems to be like, oh, you think you're so cool? Well, let me try to one-up you. And Jared says, well, I was on national TV when I was 18. To which America said, what? How? Where? When? And so I've watched at least one of Cherie's seasons, but I don't know which one, and I didn't pay that close of attention to it. But on Survivor, you have your, they have the family visits, right? They have the one episode where the family shows up, or one member of the family shows up and visits. And I'm guessing that Jared must have shown up, that when he was 18, he must have shown up on Survivor. And so I'm sure you could go back and find one of Cherie's seasons, whichever, do the math to figure out when he would have been 18. And you can see him on Survivor. And that was his point. But they're like, well, how were you on national TV? And he said he was on Big Brother. He said, I was here in the house, which they kind of like, huh, what? No, really, how? And then Izzy walked in and they kind of got sidetracked. I don't know if they got brought up again. Some people were kind of like flipping out on it, saying, oh my gosh, Jared's ruined his game, or he's exposing these things. It's like, those are things that we know because we know the truth. But in reality, I don't think Corey and America are later going to go, hey, what was that about? Unless the diary room starts saying, hey, what do you think Jared was talking about when he said he was on national TV? Unless they start poking at it, I don't foresee Corey and America revisiting that little slip by Jared. I just don't. Now, the TV show might make a deal out of it, show the moment. But again, they don't seem to be too worried about that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't see anything happening with it. It was interesting, but it wasn't major. I posted the clip of it when it happened because I wanted to see. I also posted the clip of Suri going off about the M&Ms and all that with Izzy to Jared. So those are on my timeline on Twitter if you wanted to see them. Just because they were moments that as I was watching, it's kind of like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this shows some tension. And oh, there's the slip that people talked about. I don't see anything major happening yesterday. I really still, again, I was, following up. I can't even tell you who's in which alliances at this point. I know there's the 7 deadly sins or whatever it's called. But honest to God, I can't tell you who's in it for sure. I mean, I know that Suri's in it. I know that Felicia may be in it, or Izzy or Jared, or it's like those are the ones that matter. Those are the people that matter, and all of these said alliances don't really matter because they seem to be willing to vote against their alliance members because they've got multiple alliances going on. I don't see the point in keeping track of that particular thing at the moment, because the key is that Suri and Jared and Izzy are at the center of virtually all of the alliances, running the alliances, and everybody else is just along for the ride, and you may have to leave at some point. Again, until I see one of those three up on the block, I'm not. They're the shoo-ins to make it to the end. The other thing that I noticed yesterday, or that I saw yesterday, was Izzy was talking to herself in the storage room, and to the cameras, to her girlfriend, Paige, about the situation and doubting what she's done before herself on her place, in that she's like, look, Suri's going to always go take Jared, and Jared's always going to take Suri. So what am I doing? Am I giving myself just third place? Which before it was fourth place, hey, because Felicia was in there and she was sure she was going to be fourth place. So she's down to third place now. But she's talked about this. She's talked to Jared about this. But when she's talking to just us or just Paige, and she doesn't say something like, I need to split them up, then she's not considering splitting them up. So she's riding it. She's heading for third place, or unless she wins out, right? And I'm just like, that's not good gameplay. This is my opinion. She should be trying to find a way to have either Suri or Jared on the block and get voted out. Now, yeah, obviously that would not be an easy task. It would be a lot of work. Especially to do it so that you aren't pegged as the person that orchestrated it. But if she honestly wants to try to win, then she's got to break those two up. Because once one of them is out, the other is going to be much more dependent on her, right? They're going to be like, well, my secret, and now my other person that has the secret is no longer in the house. I've got to depend on you. And that's the way I'd be thinking. And when she's alone in the storage room talking to us and nobody else, and she's not expressing that thought, to me, she's not thinking of doing it. And sorry, I'm starting to talk in circles, but the point is, I don't think Izzy cares about winning. And that's great for Suri's game, great for Jared's game. Someone out there speculated that they think production in the casting process knew how much Suri or how much Izzy loved Suri and knew that Suri was going to be on, and so they cast her intentionally, knowing that she would be help enable Suri to go far in the game. Yeah, that's did they? I don't know, but certainly doesn't hurt. Right? So that's what's up. I think I've talked to myself as much as I possibly can about this. Red is going to get voted out tonight. Head of household, again. I mean, things just really depend on that. But if I would say the next likely person to go, probably either Bowie or Cameron or maybe Felicia. Although America last night on TV said, if I get head of household, I'm putting somebody big up, which means Felicia would probably go, because I don't care who she nominates. If she gets Sari up there or Jared up there, I guarantee you somehow they'll work with it. It's actually Felicia that goes. But I don't anticipate America winning. I'd love it if America won. I think it'll probably kill her game if she wins. But it'd be worth it to see it, just to see things get mixed up a little bit. And America's been on people's lists for a target too. So I don't know if America has a chance to go super far. So if she's got to go, then hopefully she can take out, make something big happen, right? That's what's up, people. I will talk to you all tomorrow, Friday, when we should have a new head of household and be down one more house guest, namely Red. Take care. Thanks for your support. And I will talk to you guys all on Friday. Bye-bye, everybody.